Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Qasid Online's Arabic Letters series. Again, this is Ayub Palmer, and I'm an Arabic instructor for Qasid Arabic Institute. This is the 10th video in our letters series, and we'll be learning about the za and the fatha, the short vowel fatha. You can take out your writing worksheet and follow along with this video if you wish to do so. For those who don't have the worksheets that accompany this video series, please fill out the form at the end of the video and Qasid will have them sent to you. Let's get started. So as usual, we have our 4 objectives for this lesson. The first objective is to pronounce the ra. Excuse me, we're not doing the ra here, we're doing the za. So I'm gonna erase that. Okay. Let's go back here. So we're doing the za. So we have the za here to pronounce the za and the fatha, the short vowel fatha. And this is a short vowel here. Vowel. And our second objective is to recognize the za and the short vowel fatha when we see them in a word. Our third objective is to write the za and the short vowel fatha. And the za, okay, remember we have 4 positions for each letter. But the za, like the ra and the dal and the dhal and the alif and the waw, has only 2 forms out of the 4 positions. Our fourth objective is to pronounce the za and the fatha in a word. And the word that we're going to use for today is zarad. Zarad means spring or coil in Arabic. Okay, let's look at the pronunciation of these letters. So we have here the za in Arabic, and the za is like the z in English, like as in zebra. So that's pretty simple. The za is not that difficult to pronounce. Now the fatha, the fatha is like, and we'll come down here, is like the A, the vowel A in English. So, for example, we have, and it's the A sound. For example, we have bat. And it's like the A here, and the A sound in Arabic is a short vowel, which is 1/2 the length of the long vowel a. So here we're gonna say that it's one point here that we want to make is it's half the length of the long vowel alif. And again, this little circle of dots here represents a given letter. So what this means is that the fatha is a dash that sits on top of a letter. Okay, let's look at where the za is in our alphabet. And again, we're moving from right to left in Arabic, and our za is right here. That's our za, and our fatha is over here. So this is the za and the fatha. Great. Let's look at the za in its different positions. So there are 4 positions for the Arabic letters. And the za in the independent position looks just like the ra but with a dot on top. Okay? In the initial position, it looks just the same. Like that. In the medial position, it connects and then looks just like the ra but with a dot. And fourth, the za looks like the ra again but with a dot. And as we mentioned before with the ra, there are two forms for the four positions for the letter za. Now, if we look at the za with a fatha, we're going to write it like this. So in the independent and the initial positions, again, the za looks like this. But the fatha, we write it above the letter like that. It's a dash that we write above the letter, and we pronounce it za, like that. And in the medial and in the final positions, the za looks like this, the dot, and we write it again like that. And this is the sound that we make here is za. Let's write the za and the za with a fatha. So I'm going to write the za here. And we're going to write it first in the independent position. So this is the za. It comes below the line like this, just like the ra. Again, one more time, but with a dot. And like this, with a dot. Now, in the initial position, again, it looks the same. It's the za with a dot. Comes below the line with a dot again. Comes below the line with a dot. Now, in the medial position, we connect, and then we write our za. Connect, write our za. Connect, write our za. And notice here the little notch here. Now the za, again, remember, it connects to what comes before it, but does not connect to what comes after it, just like the ra. And again, in the final position, it looks like this, just like the medial position. The za. And again, like that. Okay, let's write the za and the fatha together in a word. So we're going to write the word, and let me change my color here so we can see. So we're going to write the word zarad. And again, zarad means spring or coil. Okay, so we're going to write, and again we have our, just to summarize here, we have the za in the independent and initial positions, and in these positions it looks like this. Okay, so we have the za. Now it comes at the beginning of the word, so we're going to write the za in the initial position. Okay, so we're going to write it like this. Finish that and do that. Again, this is the form that we're using. And then we're writing the fatha, because we have the fatha here, za, za. Now it's not the za, it's za, za. So it's that short vowel. And then we have a ra here, za, ra, za, ra. We have a ra here, and our ra. And then we want to add another fatha here, which is going to be like this, a fatha. And if you hear that last letter, it's a dal, zarad. And we're going to add the dal here, like that. Okay? So when we add these together, remember the fatha here is going to go on top of the za. And the fatha here is going to go on top of the ra. And the ra here is not going to connect to the za because the za doesn't connect. And the ra connects to what comes before it, but it can't because of the za. So the ra is going to be in the independent position. Now, the dal, it connects to what comes before it, but the ra doesn't connect to what comes after it. So we can't, again, connect the dal to the ra. So this is all going to look like this. Zarad. Zarad. And zarad means spring or coil. Let's write it a couple of times. I'm going to change my color to yellow. So we're writing the word zarad. Okay? So again, we write our za here with the fatha, ra with another fatha, and dal. Zarad. Let's do it again. Za with a fatha, ra with another fatha, dal. Zarad. Let's do it one more time. Za with a fatha, ra with a fatha, and dal. Zarad. Okay, let's recap what we've done so far. Let's change my color again. Now, the letter za in Arabic is like the z in English. That's not too difficult. The short vowel fatha is like the vowel a in English and is twice the length of the long vowel alif. Again, the long vowel alif looks like this, but the alif is 2 times the length of the fatha. So we have here the alif is a and the fatha is a. And the fatha is written above the word. Excuse me, letter. Now the letter za connects to letters that come before it, but not to letters that come after it. So in the third position, in the medial position, the za looks like this, just like the ra and the dal and the dhal and the alif and the waw previously. It connects here, but does not connect here. And the short vowel fatha is written above the letter as a slanted dash. So again, when we write it, if we write the za in the medial position, here we would write the fatha above it like that. Okay, let's look at our homework now. So please download the writing worksheet that accompanies this writing video if you haven't done so already. And also don't forget your reading worksheet to help you pronounce the the za and the fatha, and upload your audio file to the course website. If you don't have the writing worksheet that accompanies this video and you would like to get a hold of our entire set of worksheets that accompany the writing videos on the Arabic letters, then please see the instructions at the end of this video or in the text blurb below. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you here again for our continuing series on the Arabic letters. Ma'as salama.